Alright, let's do another Tackle Tuesday fishing rod review. And the fishing rod that I'm going to review and talk about today is the Whisker Seeker Heavy Series. Both the 7.5 and 9.5 foot rod. I'm going to say this first thing. I have a love-hate relationship with Whisker Seeker rods. There's a lot that I like about the Whisker Seeker rod, but there are a few issues that I've had in the past with these rods. So it's going to be just a little bit difficult for me to talk about the good without talking about the bad at the same time. So what I'm going to do first, I'm going to show you some clips of fish that I've caught with my Whisker Seeker rods. And then after these clips, I start talking more detail about what I think about the Whisker Seeker rod. Now the first clip is going to be one of my trophy catfish that I caught on a Whisker Seeker that helped me become Master Angler Level 1. This 25-pound catfish nearly drug in both rod, reel, and the cooler that it was stuck in. In fact, that is one of the most popular videos on my channel currently. So here is that clip.
Oh, shite. He's taking out. Holy moly. Oh yeah, this is a big one. Big catfish on the Whisker Seeker. Holy moly. He's pulling drag. He doesn't want to come in. Pulling drag. He just doesn't want to come in. Oh, yeah! Woo! There you go, trophy catfish. 25-pound Tennessee River Blue. There he goes.
Now this second clip is just a couple of smaller catfish. I think I had the bait clicker active on the first one, and the second one I did not have the bait clicker active. These were both small fish, but they were still able to pull the cooler pretty good. Because when you have a 9.5 foot rod, you get a lot of leverage when any fish grabs your bait. So check out these two clips.
First fish of the day, a little bit small. Oh. Oh. There we go. Can't tell how big he is yet. He's in the grass now. Oh, yeah. 12-pound blue cat. I'm gonna put him back in the water. There's a drop here, so let's hope he's alive enough to go. Oh, there he goes.
Now this clip is of this 7.5 footer boat flipping a channel catfish onto the bank. That goes to show how strong these rods are. So watch that clip right here real quick.
Fish on. He slammed that bobber. Just boat flip him. Good old channel catfish. Grow up.
Now for this last clip is to show you that a 9.5 foot rod, even with monofilament, can still outcast 7 foot rods. I had switched from braid to monofilament, and I'll talk about this after this clip right here. Now, one of the best things about the Whisker Seeker is the blank. This is a solid, very strong, springy blank. This has actually caused me headaches when casting because I'm not that great of a surf caster. And these rod blanks behave like a $200 rod. And I'm seeing that after watching this video from Tackle Advisor in this iCard above, where he takes a $200 rod and he's distance casting with it. When he's doing the surf cast, it loads up the blank, bends it back, and then when he casts, the blank snaps perfectly straight and casts 150 yards easily. And I think I've done that several times with a 9.5 footer. The only problem is I'm not using a shock leader, which causes it to break the line. So these blanks are just, I think they're incredible. They're super strong. It says it can do 1 to 12 ounces as a bait, and I believe that wholeheartedly. This is a $200 blank for less than $100. However, that's kind of where the good stops, except for one thing, is that Whisker Seeker has excellent customer service. I knew they had excellent customer service before I bought their rod. In fact, I knew about some issues that they were having with the eyes before I bought the rod. And it's a possibility by now that the problems they were having with their eyes is completely resolved, because I haven't had an issue with a 7.5 footer at all. The very first 9.5 foot rod I got from Whisker Seeker, I opened up the package and the first thing I did was look at the eyes, because I had read that they were having problems with the eyes. One of the eyes had a burr in it. It had such a bad burr, it would have cut metal line. I contacted them and they apologized and they sent out another rod that same week. That second rod is what caught the trophy catfish and multiple other catfish. And my cat is always trying to get in the videos. Now, you would think I would be living happily ever after with that rod. I started breaking line on it, which, as I said earlier, is practically my fault. But I wanted to blame the rod, I wanted to blame the reel. I retired it once, got another reel on it, retired it a second time, and just left it sitting in my room. Hadn't touched it for about a month. Nothing hit it, nothing touched it. One of the inserts of one of the eyes fell out of it. I don't know why. Maybe an earthquake happened on the house and caused it to fall out. I don't know. Maybe it was the cat. I highly doubt it was the cat. She doesn't play with the fishing gear. I called Whisker Seeker up. Same thing. They apologized. They had one sent to me that same week, and I had a new fishing rod. And then I sold it and got rid of it. Then I started thinking, I want to have a lightweight rod. What affordable lightweight rod for a kayak to chase flatheads? What would that be? Whisker Seeker. Because all the other rods on the market are glass and heavy, or they're noodles like Rippin' Lips. So I got this bad boy as my flathead rod, and I haven't had any issues with it, except for one issue that I don't know how it could ever be fixed. This one issue is something that I like about the rod, but I don't know how you would make the durability better. And it's this handle. They have some kind of rubberized cork wrap on it. And even this one is showing signs of it being cut into. If you have it in your car, on your boat, you use a Scotty rod holder or any kind of rigid rod holder, it will eventually cut into this. My 9.5 foot rod, when I sent it back, it had cuts and peels and it was peeling apart. I do like this because it is a different type of grip. It's not EVA foam, it's not cork. It kind of reminds me of a lesser version of what's on the flathead rod, that golf club grip. And it makes this rod really unique, but it's also, I don't know how they would make this more durable. So if you do get one of these, either just don't worry about it and just use it until it starts ripping up and then put paracord over it, or treat the handle like it's gold or something that would chip off easily. But it is a unique feature. It's also a weight saver, and it makes it kind of like a musky bass rod or whatever too. Now this rod does have a graphite reel seat, or maybe it's plastic. I'm not exactly sure. I haven't heard of any issues with it other than some reels won't fit on this, like an Abu Garcia 7000 reel. Really, you don't want a reel that big on such a skinny rod. You want to have a low profile like a Citrix 350 or even the Abu Garcia 6500 C3, just a smaller reel for this rod. It does become a problem on the 9.5 footer because you could cast all of that line off the reel if you get a really good cast. But yeah, that's the review of the Whisker Seeker Heavy Series. As you can see, I don't have a reel on it at the moment. I have purchased another rod that I'm doing some testing with. So I've taken the Citrix 350 that I had on this, and I've put it on that other rod to just play with it to see what happens. And this rod is just going to go into temporary retirement for now. I'm sure eventually I might get the bug again and put a reel on it. We'll have to see what happens. So be sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And if you still like my tackle-oriented Tackle Tuesday videos, please hit that thumbs up and leave a comment below. Thank you for watching.